This video is in response to a conversation I'm having in a email. But I thought maybe a lot of other people are interested in hearing this stuff. I was given a link, which I don't have right now. If somebody wants to hand me that link, then I'll post it with this video. But it basically is one of the elites, the family bloodline, sort of was interviewed, and they gave their total perspective of what's going on. Evil, 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 evil people. Offhand, I don't recall word for word of what's said, but it does open your eyes as to how these people think. And basically, the conversation that led to this video is there's got to be a bigger picture going on, and there is a bigger picture, which I'll give my 2 cents worth. These bloodlines, basically what happens in your own genetics is your family has a story. They have their life experiences. 2 parents get married, they both have 2 different stories, of everything that they've experienced, and this is the way life is. And you merge 2 parents, and they both have 2 totally different experiences, but some things are similar. And then they pass on their stories to their kids. So when you were a kid, the only thing you know about life is what's taught to you by your parents. This is the way life is. They discipline you to believe their ways and to believe the ways of society. So within these elite families, they keep their bloodlines together. They don't mix, so that the stories don't get mixed up with other people's stories. And that is what basically will create evil. Evil is not exactly evil. Evil is a lack of information. If you look at any type of problem that you might experience, look at a problem as being evil. It doesn't feel too good because it's a problem. Kind of makes your life a little challenging because it's a problem, So look at every problem as sort of an example of what evil looks like and what it stands for. The only way to solve that problem is you need to gain information. As soon as you get missing information, the problem just goes away. Kind of look at any problem that you've solved if it was really solved. Didn't it take more information to be able to solve that problem? So within these elite families, they don't have more information. They are locked in to the stories that they've been told over and over and over again through their genetics. And part of the stories that they see is heavy discipline to the point where it's extremely abusive. And what happens when you beat somebody down? If they want to survive, they got to be stronger. How can I say this? And any challenge that you've overcome, aren't you smarter? Aren't you wiser? So that's basically like the mindset is they will challenge their own children with severe abuse, severe discipline. And it's not necessarily going to train them to have the same belief systems, which that's ultimately what it does do. But it makes every new generation that much more powerful, that much more stronger, because they've all had to overcome the abuse that their family puts on them. So they get stronger and stronger in their abuse, which means they're even more abusive because they haven't figured out how to solve any problems. They've just learned how to be strong with the problem, if that makes any sense at all. So we are seeing these elite families as being extremely evil, but the only thing that's evil about them is they're missing information. They haven't blended more stories with other families. They've kept their story to themselves and thought that their stories are the right stories. And why do they think that their story is the right story? Because everybody on the planet values money. Money is the ultimate in this global experience. It feeds you, it clothes you, it gets you every single thing that you want. The only way you can get anything from our comprehension is through money. So the one that has money is the one who knows everything. And that's just like, no. The thing about life is love. You are a love being. And money will take you as far away from that love. And so that's why elite people have no love in their life. They have no comprehension of compassion towards other human beings. They do see you as just wasteless eaters, that is eating up all their food, taking up all their air. Like they don't see other people as having any value, because they are lacking love in a big major way. So they will constantly appear to be really big, evil people. But they're not. They're just really, really lacking love. So what's going on with this bigger picture? Well, you can get into, even, like, I've had to do research in some sciences because we speak the language of science. We understand science. If science can prove something, then we tend to believe it. So that seems to be the stories. How we perceive our world is by the sciences that we can understand and comprehend. So there's a lot of different new sciences out there that you will never hear because these rich family kind of don't want to hear it, so it's suppressed. We all globally don't really want to hear it because we want to put money as the top value. Even this channel is like, I'm trying to share a lot of information, and I'm doing it free because I think a lot of people can't afford information on how to solve problems, and this is the ultimate problem-solving tools that I'm trying to share. I could go out there and make a living doing this, but frankly, people don't want to solve their problems. That has been my experience for my whole entire life. For some reason, I can see patterns of problems that people suffer from. They have no problem coming to me bitching about their problems, and when I offer them the solution, it's like, no, I don't want to take that way. It's like, well, then why are you bitching? Because they love bitching. They don't want to take responsibility. Most of us, and I got to say that I fall into this pattern myself. This has had to be my life lesson as well, that as long as you think other people are going to solve your problem, you're going to be waiting a lifetime for that one. As long as you think these elites are going to solve the problem, as long as you wait for a politician to solve a problem, we're going to see world destruction. You have to take personal responsibility for the problems that you experience, because you are that problem. If you have a problem, that means you are an aspect of that problem. And even, there's one person that I had a comment that's really religious and says, oh, her life is not, I was saying we're living on hell right now, and she says, no, my life isn't living in hell. I have a beautiful house, I have horses, I have, farm. She has everything that she could possibly want. She's believing in the Bible. And it's like, how can you possibly say you don't live in hell when we have a sex trade? We have children that are forced to have sex. Do you keep your eyes shut to that? In the world that you consume and live in, you know damn well there's a lot of evil shit going on. So how can you say you live in something that doesn't look like hell to you? You can close your eyes to it, but you're still part of the problem. So if you know of a problem on the planet, you are the problem. Whether you detach yourself so far away from it that you think it's none of your business, there's nothing you can do, the problem is too big for you to do anything about it. Yeah, it's probably your religious books that say, look at your own life. God rewarded you. Focus on that. focus on being good and judge everybody else while you don't even see yourself judging everybody else, because this person did say that I'd be burning in hell. It's like, who told, and while she's saying she's not judging me, and it's, the book says that this is where you're going from. No, you choose to believe in a book that says I am judged to, this is my future. So it's like you're judging. You're judging through the book that you believe in, but you're still friggin' judging. And your Bible says don't judge, but yet the Bible judges all the time. And I don't even believe that the Bible says you're going to burn in hell. But anyways, that's getting a little off topic. But basically, there is a lot of alien bullshit stuff going on. Trust that the elites are trying to manifest a game. They've manifested Bible games so that you'll believe in their manipulation that way. That game is sort of, a lot of people are waking up to that, because a lot of people aren't believing in religion because they see a lot of wars, a lot of evil things that are being done through religion. So now there's the alien bullshit game. And I wouldn't believe anything that I've seen in the sky. There's only specific things that I would see that I would believe in. And anything that looks like it's man-made is man-made. A spaceship would be man-made. Now, it doesn't mean that we are the only ones and there's somebody out there. There's nobody out there. They're just all around us. You can't see it. It is like these pea brains that I described earlier. It's how you perceive your world. You can't see electricity flowing through the air, but some people can. You can't see a magnetic field, but some people can see that. I see patterns that other people don't see. We all view our world from a different perspective. And there are, when you die, you don't necessarily die. Your body's just gone. But your spirit, who made you who you are, is still around. And we've seen that. Hauntings, angels. We see lots of those type of things. Now that I believe in. But if they came with a spaceship, it's just another human playing another freaking game. And there's lots and lots of other deep sciences that kind of confirm that that's the reality going on. One of us humans could have built a spaceship and taken off and come back. We're into genetics to the point where we can make humans not even look like humans, but that doesn't mean that they're not human. They've been just deformed, so to speak. So, this guy that I'm emailing, what is going on with the bigger picture? In the quantum world, you'll see that it's spinning pieces of information within the quantum world. And they also say that in the universal world, they're identical. They're both reflections of itself. And if you look out into the universal world, you'll see that our universe is like a spinning effect. And that spinning effect is information that's just spinning. And what's happening is, this is my perspective, is they're patterns within patterns. You came from a parent. Your parent is like your God. It is like your creator. So, within that pattern, there is another pattern. We are humans. We are one humanity. We are one. Just think of each one of us as individual cells that make one body. Each one of us is an individual cell of the humanity body. And our humanity body comes from a creator. But in order to develop into who we're supposed to be, we have to play this human game out. And it is an evil, good and evil type of thing. It's like we are gods in the making, but we don't know our powers. We're destroyers right now, and we need to be destroying to the point where we discover who we are and what our powers are and the definition of good and evil, so that when we grow up and mature, we'll know the difference and not be destroyers. We will transform into the gods that we were meant to be. And then guess what? We're going to be creating other ones that are going to go through the same thing that we've gone through. And we'll have to keep our mouths shut and let them learn the lesson that they need to learn, because you have to go through it in order to learn the lesson. You can't be told this is what you got to do, because we don't believe it. If you tell somebody don't touch that stove, what's the first thing you want to do? Touch that stove, because that's who we are. We're inquisitive, but we're gods in the making, basically. And yeah, it only is going to take love to get us out of this, so we'll repeat the same cycle over and over and over again. Running out of time. Peace out.